You are now listening to the Checkmate Arcade Podcast, episode 184, recorded on December 11th, 2013, brought to you by Frigid Blast Studios in association with NoobReview.com. Hello and welcome to the Checkmate Arcade Podcast, your home for quarter-munching fun. And they killed someone I respected. Now they must deal with my Revengeance. My name is Stephen Boss, the Dark Boss Man.
Let me tell you a story. A story about the greatest pirate who ever sailed these seas. Edward Kenway.
What's his name? Christian Bale?
No, that's me.
Oh, darn, it sounds like Christian Bale.
And it's me failing to do Blackbeard's voice from Assassin's Creed 4. I'm MSU Hitman Jason Billingsley.
Oh, you scallywag, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, we're still traitors to the tabletop cause as we need to get a show going before I go see family for an early Christmas, because it's the only time I can get enough days off in a row to see all my family. And we're going to talk about some games that we've been playing. Not as many as usual, but, you know.
Well, I mean, it has been a little shorter in between the episodes, so, you know.
Yeah, and try to squeak in a little news in here as well, and try to get a nice little episode out before Christmas.
Yeah, nice little treat for, well, this episode will easily be out.
Well, I understand.
I mean, the last episode was delayed because of the holiday that happened in the middle of the week.
Well, I understand, but I mean, you know, it's just I don't know when if we're gonna record another one before Christmas right now. That's kind of up in the air. You know, I'm gonna be out of town in the land that broadband forgot from the 14th through the 16th. So.
Right. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get one more episode out for this month, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you see what happened to them there VGXs last few days ago?
I did not.
Oh, boy.
I did not watch it. I heard enough bad about it where I just stayed away. Yeah, I mean,
the only thing you need to know is watch the highlight/lowlight reel that they have. It's very, very painful to watch.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you one thing. I watched some of like the first season of Community. Pretty much, I'll never watch Community again because Joe Hale or Mikhail, whatever his name is.
Mikhail, yeah.
Yeah, Mikhail, yeah. Because people are like, man, you know, they were like critiquing him, and on Twitter he basically just told everybody to F off, so.
I think he was mostly reading the script, though. That was maybe my take on it.
No, I mean, you could.
But he really didn't seem like he wanted to be there at all.
Right, I mean, you can tell. I mean, you can tell from it, so yeah.
So why did he agree to be there? That's the big question. Apparently, I guess we're never going to get answered.
Oh, so, I think it's called money, money, money.
Maybe, but I don't think we'll ever really know the answer.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, how about we talk about happy things, like video games?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright, so let's get into our now playing. Alright, my pirately challenged friend, what have you been playing?
Well, we're gonna save that for last because that's the vast majority of what I've played in the interlude. Yeah, I've put in like 17 hours, I think, on Assassin's Creed 4. Something like that. I'm on sequence like 7 or 8 I'm like
Yeah, I hear it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm like 2/3 of the way, 2/3 to 3/4 of the way through that game. So I want to save that for last. Something I forgot to talk about last week, and I want to make sure to get going now, is I have a Commander slash EDH physical Magic the Gathering deck now.
Oh, cool. What colors you end up getting?
Well, see, okay, so here's the thing. So, they just recently came out with pre-constructed commander decks for the first time in like 3 or 4 years, and they're all 3-color decks, and they're all pretty good right out of the box. I ended up getting what is essentially the best one, the red, black, blue one. Not only is it one of the more powerful, but also it's the hardest to find because there is a card in there that is the predominant blue card right now for Legacy that goes for $40 a pop.
Oh, and what's that?
True Name Nemesis.
What does it do?
It's like a 3/1 creature for fairly low mana cost, like 3, I think, or so. When it comes into play, it gains protection from target player.
Oh, wow.
So
that's wow. Yeah, that's nuts.
So in EDH, okay, well, I've got protection from one of the, usually EDH games are 3 to 4 or 5 players. Sometimes it's 1-on-1. So, okay, yeah, it's not really that broken. I mean, it's pretty good in EDH, but when you're playing 1-on-1 Legacy, it's yeah.
Yep. That's pretty damn powerful 1-on-1. That's why I was saying,
Yeah. So, I mean, I took that deck, and I'd always wanted a vampire mainly themed deck for an EDH deck. I'd always wanted to make one with Olivia Villarden. And I took my friend, former GameStop manager, Malistray, and I had the red, black, blue pre-constructed one. I had a bunch of red and black cards I had been collecting, and he helped me combine it, and now I have a pretty mean red, black, vampire themed commander deck.
Oh, cool. So when do you usually use it?
Well, I mean, we play Commander at Bodox Games every Tuesday night. We just started actually a league for it too, so.
Thought I'd help you get the plug in.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it's good because he expanded his store to start doing tabletop stuff, and that's actually making him more money. His video game sales have been kind of suffering, but he did recently relaunch his website. So if you want some fairly rare video games, I mean, you can go to bodoxgames.com, BODACHS games.com, and I think the new site is live. And yeah, it is. And you can go to they have a rare, under video games, they have a rare cabinet, and you can click on it and see all the rare games in his. Oh, well, no, you can't. Dang it, Rich. Here I am trying to plug here. Anyway, there's contact links there, and I mean, they have some pretty rare Nintendo, Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1 games. They have some rare PS2 games as well, and original Xbox. I mean, he's got multiple copies of Earthbound. He's got multiple Dot Hack games.
Nice.
He's got like Dragon Warrior 7 or Dragon Quest 7, whatever. And all kinds of stuff, like multiple copies of Zelda for NES, Mario Brothers 3, if you needed that for a stocking stuffer. Pocky and Rocky 2. Trying to remember what else is in there. There's all kinds of crazy stuff in there.
Yeah. Well, send me the link to his site, and I'll shove it in the show notes, like usual.
Yep. But anyway, so I mean, that's where I've been playing Commander and most of my Magic lately, since I know him personally. That, and I don't have a standard deck right now, and I've been working Friday nights a lot, so I've not gone to the place I used to go to, Yeti Gaming in St. Louis to play because I've been working Friday nights, and I don't have a standard deck right now.
Right.
I'm going to try to build one here after Christmas, but right now I just don't have one.
Okay.
Yeah, Naya Blitz, got the heart cut out of it when the set rotated in at the end of September.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all the Innistrad block cards became illegal for standard.
Yeah, it's the one problem that Wizards seems to have right now is they rotate everything so damn fast.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Innistrad came out a couple years ago, so it'll be next fall when all of the Return to Ravnica cards go out. So cards are legal for about 2 years. So
faster than they had previously.
Oh, right. But anyway, so I've been playing a lot of Commander, and I have a pretty good deck, and I do all right with the other people there. There's a couple people that have been showing up there, older people that have been playing a Magic a lot longer, and they have like all of the staple legacy cards. Like a couple of these guys have all the swords. I'm talking like the Swords of Fire and Ice and Light and Shadow and all those crazy ones that give protections from double colors and
jeez,
and just like insanely powerful stuff. And I try to not play them if possible because I just get run over. And there's a lot of newer players there, and my deck is actually fairly powerful. So, I've won a few games here and there. So,
yeah.
Basically, Olivia is just as nasty a commander as she was when she was legal, because she likes to bite commanders and take them. I have yet to kill somebody with their own commander, but it is theoretically possible.
Okay, I don't know what any of that meant because I've never seen any of these cards.
Olivia she's a 4-cost 3/3 flying vampire, legendary, 2 colorless, 1 black, 1 red. You can pay a colorless and a red to bite a creature, and give her a 1/1 counter. It does 1 damage to it, and she takes that damage as a counter. And it turns it into a vampire, in addition to its other, it's a vampire / whatever now. Mm-hmm. You can pay 2 black and 3 colorless, 3 of any color, so 5 mana. You can pay 5 mana and steal an opposing vampire for as long as you control Olivia.
Jeez.
So you either bite a bunch of low-cost tokens to clear them off the board and counter her up, or you bite a big creature and then steal it.
Yeah.
Usually the following turn.
Yeah. That's pretty powerful.
Yeah. So that's why I've always wanted to make a commander deck of her. Like last night, I beat a guy. We were playing 1-on-1, and I beat him entirely with burn damage.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, because he burned himself for 7 damage with 1 spell. I got a point of damage burn in with Chandra, and then I copied a blood drain spell that drained him for 24. And
oh, jeez.
Drained him for 16 and then 8 on copy. And then the next turn I played a spell that burned him for whatever mana I had left to kill him.
Jeez.
Right,
okay.
Ragdoss Return. So, yeah, so that was fun. And because there's achievements in the league, too, I'm like, how is there not an achievement for killing somebody entirely with burn damage? I was like...
That's a good question,
like,
yeah.
Hey, we need a new achievement. Kill somebody... Or, maybe not entirely with burn damage. Kill somebody at least...
Through non-combat damage.
Yeah. Or at least half or something. Yeah. Something to that effect, yeah. But, so that's been fun. So I've been having a lot of fun playing that, and I've got it. And I need to get a vampire playmat now. I've retired all the Versus playmats.
Oh.
I will still use them. Like, maybe the next PTQ I bust out Joker.
Okay.
Because, man, people love that mat. Like, I am a fan of the Doom mat because obviously with Versus, Doom was the best card, but people just go nuts over that Joker mat. It's $100 mat.
Which one was it again?
The City Champs one. It's the 4-cost Joker artwork from World's Finest.
I'll have to look it up later.
Okay. It's there was a picture somebody was asking about its value on the Facebook group.
Okay.
But anyway, so I mean that mat and the Doom one, and the guy who owns the Yeti Gaming. If I ever get rid of the mats, I've already promised him first dibs at him because he wants the Joker mat. He wants all of them. He's seen my collection. I took it to him when I first started going there. Because I have every Versus mat other than 3. I don't have that hideous orange UDE Judge mat.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that by choice. I don't have Fiend Fang Foom by choice. I traded that.
Yeah, that wasn't really that great.
Yeah, I don't.
At least not for me.
Yeah, and I never heard of the character before that set, and it was ugly.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I think you mentioned that once before, but that's still flabbergasts me that you've never heard Fin Fang Foom before.
Remember, no comic stores in the land that Broadband forgot. So
he was on the Iron Man TV cartoon.
I never saw that until it was on DVD. I was like, there was an Iron Man cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, I never saw it.
I think there was multiple Iron Man cartoons.
Yeah.
I think it was at least 2 or 3.
Okay. But anyway, so I had never heard of him, and I thought the mat was ugly. And then the Ultimates mat I don't have because no one in St. Louis got the last hobby kit, which also includes all the equipment cards, which are worth big money.
Oh, yeah.
All the MEQ cards, those are worth big money.
Yeah.
But yeah, nobody got that. Yeah, so. But anyway, I have the rest of them, including Joker. So people love that Joker mat. That is insane. I would like to have the Morgan mat from UFS, but that's like $100 mat too.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one I regret not having is the Stark's Protege Spider-Man map.
Oh, right. Yeah, I got that one too. Yeah.
Damn you, Billingsley. Yeah, I haven't busted that out in a while.
All right, so that's enough magic. But I just wanted to touch on that because that has taken up a bit of time, every Tuesday night. And that is, other than Assassin's Creed, what I've played a lot of. A few other things here. I finally played with Condor and Thor, and I think Kensei and Dark Tower, and maybe MVP. I can't remember, but I did get one session of Ghost multiplayer in on 360.
Yeah, I was surprised that you actually started playing it.
Well, I mean, it was just most of the times when I have signed on to the 360, you all or they all, whatever, have been in a group of 6. So I was like, I'll play XCOM or something else if I had my 360 on. But they actually did not have a full group, so I went ahead and joined and played a bit of that. And I've not played it enough, obviously, so you are going to be able to talk about it much more than me. It didn't seem that bad from what I had played.
It's getting better, but it is still really rough.
Well, I mean, it was trying to figure out, it was having to relearn, okay, gotta do support. They do a really poor job of introducing you into their redone, assault support versions of the point streaks and everything,
also just the interface.
Yeah, and it had to relearn. Okay, Jason, I got remember how this Black Ops 2 went, and support and point streaks because I can't get enough consecutive kills to do assaults, so screw that.
Yeah.
But and then it just seemed weird because it was like, well, I'm not going to spend any points to unlock rocket launchers because there's never anything in the air because all the UAV stuff are these little radio
satcoms.
Yeah, these satcom things that you just try to sit on the ground in a corner.
Yeah, if you have sit rep, you can run around the map and destroy those, and they're worth 1 point for your streaks as well.
Yeah. So So, I mean, for the few hours I played it, it was okay, but I've not played it nearly enough to be a definitive.
It definitely takes a lot of getting used to.
Hmm.
It's very different. It kind of not a great way.
Well, I mean, you've played more of it than I have.
Oh yeah, I played a lot of it. I'm probably 11 levels away from my next prestige, I think.
Okay.
I think either that or 10 levels. But yeah, I played way too much of it, and it just keeps making me angry as soon as it starts lagging just enough to piss me off. Uh, it's the little tiny little bit of lag from one match to the next. One match, really great. Next match could be lagging just a little bit, which means I can't get around corners before people shoot me to death. Because this game is just so much faster. Yeah, it feels like somebody decided, hey, we're gonna do a Call of Duty game. Only they had never put together a Call of Duty game before. That's the thing. It's just so weird. It's such a huge mishmash of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if Battlefield had their act together,
yeah, I
they
know.
could have really, really became the dominant shooter. I mean, the times I've played it, well, I mean, they could have.
The thing is, Battlefield is trying to do a little bit larger scale and much slower combat. That's not what Ghosts or any of the Call of Duty games is going for. Call of Duty is fast, 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 snap, 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 you're done, respawn, go, go, go. It's not as slow or as methodical as Battlefield.
And that is also leaving the door open as long as the 360 port is competent for Titanfall to just come and just blow everybody away.
Yeah, or Destiny at least.
Well, Destiny...
I mean, Destiny is a little different, but...
Destiny is more realist, like Borderlands and Halo making a baby.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's still potential there for them to take away a lot of the real estate from Activision and the Call of Duty franchise.
Yeah.
It's Call of Duty's game to lose right now, and it's not great.
Yeah.
At the moment.
I mean, we'll see what happens with some sales. I mean, NPD numbers will be out, shortly for November, so we will try to. We can see how well. I can tell you that a lot of people have been doing the 360 upgrade to Xbox One at my local GameStop.
Yeah, what else are you gonna play?
Well, to be fair, Xbox One does have more retail exclusives on disc.
Yeah. But seriously, though, if you're not playing Dead Rising 3 and you're not playing
Forza,
the Spartacus wannabe Rise, or Forza, it's kind of a little slim pickings.
I mean, it's going to be Call of Duty, Battlefield, Assassin's Creed, or NBA, or maybe Madden.
Or maybe Zoo Tycoon if you're a little crazy.
Yeah, it's that game is a disc exclusive at Walmart on Xbox One, and then if you want it on disc, you have to buy it at Walmart. Otherwise, it's a download.
Yeah, I heard something about that. I don't know why.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it kind of goes into. I mean, we'll see what happens with Titanfall with this being an online only game. I mean, none of these console have to be online all the time games. None of them. Most of them have been Sony exclusive, and none of them have ever really sold. I mean, MAG did not sell that great.
Well, to be fair, MAG really wasn't trying to do something super new.
Well, Ryan and SOCOM Confrontation stuff, but what I'm saying is there's going to be a lot of people that are going to buy that, because trust me, you don't want to. If I could ever, I can't say the Garfield line in public anymore because that's bad manners. But the infamous Garfield line that I've mentioned before, have that with whoever at Xbox decided to, oh, well, we lost our money. We lost a lot of money. We're not going to make a hard drive mandatory on the 360. Whoever thought up of that 8-9 years ago, the Garfield line. The
Oh, they're idiots, yeah.
drug them out
No,
in the street and yeah, because I mean, you don't even want to know how many. I would love to know because I know how many my local GameStop sold. I want to know how many USB sticks GameStop has sold since September.
I don't know.
It is an insane amount for the people out there to think, oh well, people aren't gaming on Xboxes without hard drives. Ha 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 ha. Maybe the people that are listening to this show and other shows, sure, but the common gamer out there, yeah, no. There's Microsoft sold a lot of 4 gig Xboxes with Kinects, and then people never thought to put a hard drive in them.
Yeah. Or turn their microphones off. Oh my god, it's so annoying.
Well, and then the other...
I don't want to hear your family conversation when I load into a Black Ops or into a any multiplayer game, actually.
The other problem is with Battlefield in particular, you can't use a USB drive. It has to be a hard drive.
Yeah.
So that's happened a lot too. People buy Battlefield at Walmart and like, well, this won't play on my system. It says I need memory. Yeah, here's the hard drive.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
You didn't look at the symbol on the box. It clearly says hard drive required, but whatever.
Yeah, there's these things called words. They're formed by letters. The things that most people should be able to understand.
All right. Anything else with Ghosts before I move on?
I don't know. I'd like to shank some people who are involved in that development, but maybe I'd settle just for slapping them upside the face.
Okay. All right. So we'll go to the 2 portable games I've been messing around with. I've played a couple of hours of Ys, Memories of Celceta for the Vita.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good old RPG.
Yep. That collector's edition. I have. Oh, if you can find it and it's affordable to you and everything, that collector's edition is so awesome.
All right.
Which I got, of course. It's $20 more than the game by itself. 3-disc soundtrack, and this isn't some piddly little Atlas 4 or 5. These are like 20 plus song CDs times 3. I think I counted, it was like 64 songs. And that third disc is awesome because it's all like Ys 7 and Ys Origin, so it's the newer stuff. So I have been wearing that out in my car's CD player.
Okay.
And then the book in it is awesome because it's a mini strategy guide too.
Oh.
And then it's got the cloth map and it's got a compass. But okay, whoopee-doo. The map is...
Wow, that's old school.
Yeah. But yeah, the book and the 3-disc soundtrack are well worth the extra money. But so I'm playing it, and I linked between this episode and the previous one, I linked some videos on the Checkbook or the Checkmate Arcade Facebook feed because I was just looking around on the internet, and I think I found the #1 Ys fan on YouTube.
Don't make me laugh when I'm drinking water. I almost spit on my microphone. Checkbook.
Sorry.
But I'm being funny, but yes, I was literally drinking when you did that.
But did you see those videos I linked?
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually looked at those.
Yeah, so I mean...
That's nuts.
Yeah, because he had every collector's edition of all of them, including the Japan-only ones. And the series, I mean, unless you had a TurboGrafx, which, Land of Broadband forgot, TurboGrafx 16... I only got to read about that when GamePro and Video Games Magazine came in. TurboGrafx.
Yeah, the only place I ever even saw one was, for some reason, my school had this optional class that you could take, which revolved around older video games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the idea was behind that specifically. Maybe it was just to get an appreciation for them. and then do reviews about them.
Yeah.
But yeah, for some reason that was the only place I ever saw that. The only place I ever saw Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, I need to. I've got the PS3 version of that. I need to find. If you beat it, I know you unlock the 3 Slaughterhouse games on the disc. I think there is a code that I don't know if it's a DLC or if it's just a button code that lets you unlock them early. That was literally the only reason I ever bought Slaughterhouse. The new one was.
It's a mediocre game.
Oh, right, but the reason I got it was to play the 3 originals, which I always wanted to play, never got to. But anyway, so getting back to Ys, so yeah. I mean, this series has been other than well, I guess on Sega Master System, the first one or two were on that. So yeah, it was always on systems that I never played. I mean, Ys 3 was on Super Nintendo, and I rented that a couple of times, but it didn't have EB games yet, so I wasn't able to buy that. But now I have that on Vita, and it's the superior version, so I'm fine. Well, yeah, I mean PSP/Vita. I got the download now, so yeah, so I've got the superior version now, so I'm fine. But what Ys Memories of Celceta is, this is a remake of Ys 4, which never came out in America. There are 2 Ys games that never came out in America, 4 and 5. So this is a remake of that in the Ys 7 engine.
Oh, wow.
So anybody who's played Ys 7, one of the best games of the last generation in terms of portables, well, even overall, was probably up there. The 3 characters at once, being able to swap in between them on the fly, the rollaway to dodge attacks, the attacks and the special attacks and the super attacks, all that stuff's the same. They have added a blocking feature. So that's the new part of the combat. You can block attacks. And also, if you dodge or block at the last second, you basically do a super version of that, which will either slow the enemy down to super slow-mo, so you can just hack at them like crazy, or that's on the super dodge, and then on the super block, it eliminates all damage from that attack. And then all of your attacks for the next 10 seconds or whatever, critical hits.
Okay.
So I've played a couple hours of that. Now, the story behind the game is, and this isn't a spoiler, this is early on. So this is Adol coming back, and they're in the land of Celceta. There's this great forest that no one who's ever gone into it has ever come out. And Adol came out, but he doesn't remember anything. So now he's tasked with the government of that country to actually map the entire great forest. So as you're playing the game, the map starts filling itself out. And you are able to you get bonuses after every 10% of or so of the map you fill out. And then the quest keeps going. I mean, the game's not really opened up yet. That's the whole story right now, is just going around and filling out this map. So I mean, I've gotten through the first dungeon, which serves as the tutorial essentially. And then I've gotten through the first plains area, done a few of the side quests, and now I'm in the meaty, I'm just now getting to the actual forest. I filled in 10% of the map so far, just under 10%. Cool. So I've only met the one other character right now who knew you from the town you woke up in. So I've not met any of the other characters yet. But if you played Ys 7, you'll be right at home with this game. It plays awesome. It's got great music. With the Vita now, there are some voiced cutscenes. It's kind of like a Tales of Vesperia thing, where the major quote-unquote scenes, so about half the time, voice will come on for the major stuff. But when you're talking to random citizens, or they'll be, once the major scenes play out in a cutscene, then the rest of it won't have voice. So it's a little...
Yeah, so it's kind of like some of the stuff that they do on 3DS.
Exactly, yeah. Or Vesperia on 360, exactly. The big thing, though, I mean, this is a Vita. This has been a Vita game since it. This isn't we started making it on the PSP and now we changed it to Vita. This has been a Vita game through and through ever since it was announced.
Mm-hmm.
It does not look that. If I showed you that, you would think it's a PSP game. If I just showed it to you, if you just saw a screenshot of it, you would think it was a PSP game.
Huh.
It does not take advantage at all of the Vita.
Any idea why?
I have no idea. I mean, you look at you play Dragon's Crown on that thing, and it looks really dang close to the PS3 version. I mean, close enough. But you play this, and I'm just like, this looks just like E7. Now, not bad. I'm not saying the game's ugly, but I expected a little bit more of an upgrade. And other than having these voices come in, and then you've got all the touchscreen stuff. Oh gosh, stupid Vita! I get so pissed off. The save files, you have to touch it. You have to do touchscreen. Everything else is optional, but you have to do touchscreen when you save. I just find that annoying.
Yeah, it's weird.
And yeah. So, I mean, Persona 4 Golden looks better than this game, and that's an up-res PS2 game.
Oh wow, that's jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I mean that is the downgrade on it. I won't. I won't blow too much smoke. I mean, that's, if you want the negative, that's the negative. Everything else about the game's great. Plays great, sounds great, fun. I'm only a couple hours in. It's really fun. I'm getting flashbacks to E7, but it is not a looker. You're not going to say that this is one of the best looking. You could say E7 was one of the best looking PSP games. I mean, you can say that and be, an opinion that can be defended, but not this. Not this at all. So, yeah. So a little weird, but still great. Still enjoying my purchase. Highly recommend getting the collector's edition if you're a fan at all. It's worth the $20 extra just to have the soundtrack and the book.
Yeah.
All right. So the other portable game I played, and I sadly just started today. I only got to play about a half hour or so. I got to play the first little half hour of Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds.
Oh, I still haven't started. I haven't even bought it yet.
I got it at GameStop because it came with a free download of Oracle of Seasons if you pre-ordered.
Right.
And plus, I had it all paid off in credit. So
I've got plenty of credit that I could just go get it from GameStop, but just haven't been over to a GameStop in a while.
Right. And you never know. I mean, it might catch a sale at some point, although Zelda games tend to not to.
Well, it's like $8 off, I want to say, on Amazon right now.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know how for how long. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably going to be about the best price you see on it for a while, unless you get the deal I got with Pokemon, where Walmart screwed up and sold it for $18.
Yeah.
Other than that.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, so I played the first little half hour of it, and it's really fun how the intro is pretty much the same one, updated slightly, but the same musical tones and everything from the opening screen of the Super Nintendo game, and then the layout of Hyrule there. Nice little touches on the intro to the game. How, I mean, there's not enemies out directly, when you first start off, but like you have to go to the blacksmith, and then you have to go to the castle, then you have to go to the sanctuary, and then you have to find the little tunnel that you escaped from, in the previous game. So there's a lot of these things that if you played and loved the Super Nintendo one like I do, there's a little, nostalgia clicks come in the back of your head, like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a very big nostalgia play.
Yeah. So I haven't gotten super into it, like I said, about half an hour. So, but I've enjoyed my time with it so far. It's kind of neat that in this game, your save points are the weather vanes, which there's now weather vanes all over the place, and
Okay.
those actually also act as your teleporter. I haven't unlocked that ability yet, but eventually you'll be able, I'm assuming, to warp between the different weather vanes that you've touched.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard something about that. Yeah.
And I've not played long enough for it to go, you should take a break.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Well, a lot of people who are getting that message have just been putting the system into standby.
Right.
Yeah. When you do that, it doesn't exactly it doesn't tell the system that you've stopped.
Right.
So it just thinks you've kept going. I also don't know exactly how long it goes before it tells you that, but that's weird.
So finally, the final game I played this week, the one I've put so much time into, I'm about 18 hours into the single player, is Assassin's Creed 4.
Good old Assassin's Creed Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Yep. Arr. I am on either sequence 7 or 8 of 13, so I'm about
Wow.
2/3 to 3/4 of the way through the game.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't expect you to be that far into the game already.
Yeah. I pounded. Part of it is it's like, oh, let me play Battlefield. Oh, there's another update. And it's 600 megabytes. Okay,
Oops.
well, that's going to take a while to download. I'll just play Assassin's Creed. Oh, I better go to bed. I can't really play Battlefield right now. Oh, let's play Battlefield. Oh, yeah, the DLC came out. Oh, yeah, it's 4 gigs. I still haven't downloaded China Rising yet. And then as soon as I turn on my PS4, it's going to want to update Battlefield again because another update came out today. So that'll be another 600 megs. So it's just been it's been like, God damn it. Every time I think about playing Battlefield, there's some type of update or something. And it's like, yeah, shit. I just play Assassin's Creed.
And you're slinging them curses around today, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to be energetic.
No, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Alright, so...
Just means I have to make sure I pay attention a little more closely when I edit the shows.
Sorry, I'll try to be...
No, that's fine. That's fine, because I should be paying attention when I edit the show. I should not be sitting here playing my 3DS while just listening to the audio to make sure nothing goes completely crazy.
So, Assassin's Creed, everything that they screwed up with 3... for the most part. I don't know how the story is going to tie in. I mean, I've done some of the real world stuff, but just in terms of the gameplay and...
I don't think the story really ties in that closely.
I mean, it does a little bit. I mean, it does take place after the events of 3. And I mean, they're little...
In the real world,
in the real world. But yeah, you're playing as Connor's grandfather. So I don't know how this is all going to play out at the end. But the actual playing of the game is fun. Assassin's Creed 3 was just I'm so sick of this. The ship stuff. Yeah, this is fun. And
it's already over.
I've done all 5 missions and I've upgraded the boat and I can't do any more with it. I gotta go back to the main game. Connor, stop whining. And then you get to the last sequence, and they're like, who designed this last level? It's so terrible. And the game's done. Okay. Alright. It's like, you better have a hell of an ending in Assassin's Creed 3. The bleep?
That was, that was, ending. I don't know if it was, wouldn't exactly call it good.
I mean, I talked about it on the show before. I was not going to get Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah, I was pretty much just gonna say, nah, screw this, I'm gonna skip this one. See maybe what they do next year. But I think they might have me back again.
I mean, they have to thank Target. The only reason is Target. Target had to buy 2, get 1 free. And it was like, well, I want Battlefield. I kind of want Madden. I kind of want NBA. Yeah. Oh, but then, Need for Speed's getting real good reviews. Oh, F it. Let's just get 6 games.
Nice.
So yeah, but I mean, I am enjoying it. It is right now. I would probably put it as my second favorite Assassin's Creed game. I still think Brotherhood's better. I need to play the multiplayer of 4. I haven't even touched it yet. But I would, right now, it has cracked the Ezio, at least the beginning of the Ezio trilogy, in terms of quality. I think it's right below Brotherhood. I put it just a bit above 2.
Okay.
It is that damn good.
I think you're right that it might deserve that though.
There are some things that still, like in the post Brotherhood era, still there is no reason to ever spend on weapons. The ones you can get from the different pre-order bonuses / redeeming the Uplay points are
Let's be fair. You technically don't need to upgrade the weapons, period, even if you don't have the pre-order stuff though.
well, right.
I played the entire Assassin's Creed 3 just using that damn tomahawk you get by default.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
had no trouble.
Right, but I'm saying like in Brotherhood and Revelations, that was, more prevalent. It was just you just get whatever weapon. You got the GameStop pre-order bonus, and you got these super weapons from completing it, and you never bought. And it's kind of the same thing. The swords, you need the swords I find when it's the all-out combat missions, you need the swords more than the blades. It's easier to counter, and you do more damage with the swords than the blades.
Yeah.
So there is a Uplay pack of the Blades of Toledo. They're kind of like the average swords. I mean, there's like one sword you can buy that's really good. It's like the highest cost one. And then there's a sword pack you get from completing like it's like if you complete half of the assassination missions, you basically go Final Fantasy and you get gun swords.
Oh God.
And they're like insanely powerful. So yeah, there's those. So yeah, so it's like you never need to spend money. And then the GameStop level, you get some insanely good pistols from that. So you never really need to spend any money on upgrading the pistols.
I never upgraded the pistols really in Assassin's Creed 3.
Well, yeah, I mean you don't get the ability to take out people silently from a distance for quite a while. It's like sequence 5, I think, 4 or 5 before you get. It's 5. It's sequence 5 before you get the blow darts.
Oh, jeez.
So the pistol for the while is your only long distance weapon. Plus, you'll have the missions where you have to assassinate somebody and kill the main target or whatever and get the little cutscene. You're kind of cheating, really, because I end up killing them from afar with the pistol, and then you still get the cutscene with them talking as they're dying.
Hey. The assassins had teleportation technology, didn't you know?
But yeah, so I've done a lot of kills with the pistol. And in the early assassination missions I did, it's like, oh, Eagle Vision. Okay, there's the guy I'm supposed to assassinate. I could shoot him with the pistol and get the award and get the bonus money for not raising any alarm? Sure. Okay. Pop. Run away.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So some of the other things, they got rid of the wanted posters. Thank gosh.
Okay,
I was so
finally.
sick of those.
Yeah, those were really annoying.
Yes. So when you're on land, so you can go if you've been detected doing something bad. I mean, you can hide and get out of the area to go into yellow, and then after a while go into white, and that's it. Now, when you commit crimes on the seas, you do get a pseudo wanted level. And if you fill up there's 3 levels to it. If you fill it up a level, then specialized super powerful hunter ships start coming out looking for you.
Yeah.
And at most ports, there'll be a British officer you can go. It's basically the town crier mechanic. You go to them and you pay them $200, and your wanted level goes to 0. You can also, when you take over a ship, you have different options. You can gut it to repair the jackdaw. Once you unlock it, you can send it to your fleet, because instead of assassin missions where you send people out, you send boats out.
Yeah.
So that mechanic's changed a little bit. Or you can quote unquote free the crew, and that lowers your wanted level by a full star, even if it's not completely filled. So a lot of times what happens when I'm doing fights is I will board and seize a couple of ships, and if I have a sequence, I'll send them to the fleet to scull them for the gemstones or repair or whatever. And then the final one, which would put me over the wanted level 1, that's when I'll be like, okay, free everybody, lower my wanted level, and then go on.
Yeah.
So that
sounds so fun.
Here's another thing, and this is kind of a negative. So money in this game is probably the tightest it's been since Assassin's Creed 2. Because it is really hard to earn a lot of money. And boy, the ship upgrades, they just went all out, and they are super expensive. Not only are they expensive, but they require different amounts of cloth, wood, or metal. And the only way to get those is from fighting other ships.
Oh, okay.
And not only that, but the highest level upgrade for almost everything on the ship requires that you find its actual upgrade plan, unless you spend $2 to eliminate that with the technology pack add-on. So you can spend $2 and it's like, okay, you don't have to find the elite plans for all these different things on the jackdaw. As long as you can pay for it, you can do it.
So $2 real world dollars.
Yes, $2 real world dollars. There are 4 different time saver packs that are either $1 or $2 each. And the technology one for $2 eliminates the need to find the elite plans. And the only way to find the elite plans is to either do the diving missions, which you don't get for a while, where you have to find every treasure chest. There'll be sunken ships that you can go explore. These are the underwater sequences. And if you find all the chests in that particular set, that underwater sequence, then the final chest will have the upgrade plan. Oh yeah, you have to swim around jellyfish that can damage you, and there are sharks, and you cannot fight back. The only thing you can do with the sharks is hide in seaweed. And like 2 or 3 shark attacks and you're dead.
Jeez.
Yeah, so those are actually kind of annoying. I've just now got the ability to do them, and I've done a couple of them. I'm like, yeah, this is kind of annoying. The other thing is, it is really hard. Like, you have to really pay attention to the ships that you're trying to fight. So you can hold R1 with the spyglass, and you can look and see the level of the ship. So the schooners and gunboats you can take out pretty easily. Anything that's a frigate or a brig or above, you basically have to play hit and run with it, and use up the mortars. You will be buying so many mortars. Because, you can only, until you find the elite mortar storage plan, you can only have 15 mortar shots. You'll be refilling that so much, because there are also forts you have to fight. And basically what happens that is the activities pack. So when you take down a fort and make it a pirate fort, there's like 11 different forts, and you reveal all of the activities in that quadrant that fort defends. Every single activity pops up.
So it's kind of like the Borgia Towers from previous games.
Yes, it's the Borgia Towers, except a lot harder. Because not only do you have to deal with the ships sailing around it, but the actual forts, the only way to kill it from afar is with the mortar. I mean, you have to get close to hit it with your normal shots, but they hit really hard too, and they have mortars. So, the first time I tried to take down a fort, I just got blown up. And then in the storyline, eventually you have to take one down, and I've gotten okay at them, but I've taken over all the easy forts at the top end of the map, but the medium ones I haven't done yet, and I don't dare do the hard ones until I upgrade the Jackdaw some more. Like,
Yeah.
I've got a lot of the secondary upgrades fully done, but like the cannons, I'm only about halfway done on, and the armor, I'm only halfway on. So I'm still pretty vulnerable.
Yeah.
And then there's the 4 legendary ships, which I don't even dare touch right now. I've found 2 of them.
Okay.
But yeah, so the economy is just really hard to upgrade everything. I found it's a sludge to try to get the Jackdaw upgraded because it just requires so much money. Oh yeah, not only that, but you have to update your pirate base too, and that requires a ton of money.
Hmm.
And you're just not earning it. And the money you earn from the little fleet mini game is not that much.
Okay.
So yeah, so that gets a little annoying. The characters are really fun. You know, you meet Blackbeard, and you don't really know it's Blackbeard until a little later on when he starts growing his beard out. You meet Captain Kidd, who apparently I didn't know this. I don't know if this. I guess this translates into real life, maybe, but there's more to Captain Kidd that meets the eye. You'll find that out about halfway through the game.
Okay.
You know, the infamous Captain Kidd is not who he seems.
Okay.
In more ways than one, in 2 different ways. So the missions. The funny thing is, after every mission, that's not like after every main sequence mission, because the whole game is set around you, the new Abstergo entertainment employee, researching the memories of Edward Kenway. You get to rate each mission. Like, it's got this total thing that, like, you can hit square and rate it on a 1 to 5 star scale.
Yeah.
So that's kind of funny.
I'm really curious to know if Ubisoft is actually tracking that information.
I don't know. I would imagine, maybe. I don't know.
But if they are, I really wonder if they're actually paying attention to it, though.
Well, here's a couple other things there in there. Speaking of which, so like I said, the whole storyline is you're new in the real world. You're a new Abstergo Entertainment employee, and you've been selected because you've done so well in your Animus testing. You're at the top secret Subject 17 project to research Edward Kenway, and so I mean, you're going through, and eventually you kind of in the real world, after a couple, you get like an introduction, then after a couple sequences, the IT guy who talked to you previously is like, yeah, I need to get this video file. This person's computer, they're supposed to give me a video file. Yeah, I'll give you a level 1 clearance. Just go to their computer and hack it. Yeah, it's not a big deal. And you get the video file. Don't watch it or anything, but yeah, unless you want to. And it basically just reveals the whole storyline. I mean, basically the first one you hack is a video sequence of the Templars and them finding the aftermath of Assassin's Creed 3, and you're like, WTF? And then you have to go deliver this video file to a courier who always sits at the coffee bar in the lobby of Abstergo Entertainment, and it's Sean and Rebecca.
Huh.
Yeah. So Sean and Rebecca are back.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other thing is, so Abstergo Entertainment, so in the storyline, Liberation is the first game by Abstergo Entertainment, and it's done so well. So now you're making the next Assassin's Creed game, with Edward Kenway. So Liberation was all done by Abstergo Entertainment, published by Ubisoft. So
this game is so meta in the real world stuff. It's weird.
Oh, it's even more. There are Easter eggs for Watch Dogs in it.
Yeah, I saw some weird stuff.
There is a CTOS presentation for them to start doing the security for Abstergo that you unlock, because you know, there
Jeez.
are 30 some odd computers to hack in the real world, and they all unlock different things. And one of them I got was a CTOS presentation for them trying to become the new security provider for Abstergo.
I really wonder what they're trying to do by tying these all together.
Kind of interesting.
I want to know what they're trying to do. It's interesting that they're tying them together, but I want to know why. If it's just an Easter egg, okay, sure. But if there's something else to it, I'd like to maybe know.
All right. So if you are a Assassin's Creed fan that liked 2 and Brotherhood and just got put off by 3, give 4 a chance. I think you're going to really enjoy it. The sailing's fun. The only downgrades to me are how much you have to spend to upgrade the ship to get it really far. Oh, they've really improved. So the thing in 3, remember when you're trying to find the pages for Ben Franklin's almanac, and they run off, you have to chase them down.
Yeah, which I barely ever did.
Well, now you'll want to do it because that is now the shanties, the songs your crew sings when they're on the ship. So they only have like 5 songs to start off with. So if you want more songs, you have to chase down those shanties, and they're pretty fun.
Yeah, that's I've heard a lot of people have been getting a little obsessive trying to find them all.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, definitely if you were turned off by Assassin's Creed 3 like I was, give 4 a shot. I think you're going to really enjoy it. I haven't even touched the multiplayer yet.
As long as you enjoyed the ship combat.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're going to have to go through, at minimum, you're going to have to go through some of that in the main storyline. I mean, but that is one of the bigger draws is to do all that. But I mean, you still have to do some.
Yeah.
So if you didn't like it, beware. There's still some in there. So.
Okay.
All right. So that's all I've been playing. Steven, what have you been playing?
Oh, this and that and some other things. Like, as we mentioned, some ghosts. I decided to go back and play Saints Row the Third because I was getting angry at ghosts. And I went through all 3 DLC packs.
Nice.
And finished up every single thing you could possibly do with those DLC packs. I think I'm pretty much done with Saints Row the Third at this point, so
Sounds
this will be the last time I talk about it. Okay. Two of those DLC packs are pretty crap. Yeah, so Professor Genki's, it's pretty bad. The trouble with clones is a little better, but still really not great. Gangstas in Space, on the other hand, it's kind of fun.
Okay.
Still super short on all 3.
Yeah.
Way too short to be worth the price. But I guess if you're gonna get the full package, you maybe give them a try.
That's a little harder to find now.
The full package?
Yeah.
Just because it was only put out by THQ.
There are some. I mean, there are some. I have seen some boxes by Deep Silver, but they didn't really do a full reprint of that like they have with just the core Saints Row Third. Like that's a greatest hit everywhere for $20. Even GameStop. GameStop had that for $40 for the longest time, even used. But now they've got it down to 20 new, 18 used. So it's pretty easy to find Saints Row the Third. It's a little harder to find the full package. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's it's not as easy.
Yeah. For most of those DLCs, I was using the shark gun.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah.
You shoot chum at people, and then a few seconds later, a shark just appears out of the ground and just chews them apart. And it never gets old.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh, I really wish I had that gun a little sooner. I probably would have used it for most of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah. That was kind of the only added gun that I played around with and actually wanted to continue using.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's all 3 DLC packs are funny for the most part, but yeah, Gangsters in Space is really, really funny. So I definitely recommend that one. Just beware. It's pretty short. Pretty short. Let's see. Then I started playing Magic the Gathering.
Hey.
2014 again. Because there was this expansion that came out.
Yeah, which I've never
months
touched.
ago.
Yeah, which I've not touched.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It adds 5 decks, right? I want to say, or it's either 4 or 5 new decks.
Yeah, something like that.
A red-white samurai deck, which is pretty nuts. A straight black deck, which is demons and other monsters. A red-blue, which they had a kind of version of the deck in the previous game, which is a red-blue burn centric. And then there was a green, red, white. Yeah, green, red, white. I think it's pump heavy deck. It's kind of hard to tell. It's a little bit of Exalted, a little bit of pump, a little bit of Swarm. It's weird. It's a weird mishmash. I don't really enjoy that deck. And I think there was one more. The Elf Sylvan something deck. I don't remember the names of it, but yeah, it's pretty. That's another pretty fun deck, though that's more pump centric as well. Just because you're trying to just get a ton of elves out at the same time, but then pump them all up.
Yeah.
So, I enjoyed those decks. They were, for the most part, they were pretty fun. Of course, I found myself easily reverting to my favorite deck in that entire game, which was the white human deck.
Yep.
Because it owns nearly everything.
The only thing it doesn't, because I played, remember from, for listeners, when I played it with Kensei a whole bunch, back in the summer, the only deck that gives it trouble is the illusion deck.
Yeah, well, the illusion deck gives a lot of other decks trouble as well.
Yeah.
Just because the illusion deck is so fast and can just build up to creatures that are so strong so quick.
Yeah, that was the only deck Kensei could get. I mean, once he got that deck, like I was beating him with, I mean, he was trying every deck against the humans and I was just winning every time. But that illusion deck, the humans, that matchup is about 20-80. It's about 80-20 in favor of the illusion deck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's you get those illusions out, and some of them are super cheap and super big, and the human deck can barely get enough creatures out there to really get around them.
Yep.
The expansion also added, I think it was another 10 cards to unlock.
Yeah.
For every single deck.
Right.
Yeah, well...
Yeah.
So much for unlocking every card for some of those decks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a decent little campaign and revenge campaign. It's a weird story setup though for it. After defeating the main campaign boss, you come across a spell some years later that it promises to slow your aging to a crawl. So you're seeking out the ingredients to cast it. So, weird setup, but it does send you up against some decently challenging foes.
Yeah.
And, had a lot of fun with it. A lot of fun with it. Definitely recommend it. If you enjoyed Magic 2014, proper, yeah, definitely go back, check out the expansion. And once again, I've gotten all the achievements. Thankfully.
Nice. Okay.
I did think I was going to have a lot of trouble trying to get the win with 1 life achievement again.
Hmm.
I got super lucky during one of the matches. I think it was the burn deck? The blue-red burn deck? Yeah. I think they got me down to 1, and I was barely just able to squeak out the win. So, yeah, I got lucky with that one. But then, wow, the other bastard achievement, complete all the challenges that they give you for the expansion. That final challenge is nuts. You have to play like 30 cards before you win. It is nuts. I never would have figured that out in the order that you have to do it. It's crazy. So I want to say a thank you to GameFAQs for letting me use that walkthrough to do that stupid final challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, I beat no problem. That final one, because you have to search for things and choose exactly the right thing at the right time, and then you have to have this many specific cards of this color ready, or this many specific land of that color ready to go, and not tap those specifically. It gets so complicated so fast. I even had trouble doing it with the walkthrough, just because it's that complicated. Also because the game actually taps 1 color of land that you really need at the very end. So make sure you always have 1 island ready to go, especially once you get near the end of that challenge. Because the damn auto-tapping of the land didn't deselect the island and instead decided, yeah, I'll tap the island too to cast that red spell. But that's... Why you waste my time? Make me redo this. It's just a long process because it takes so many steps to do. But other than that one, I really enjoyed that expansion quite a bit. And they even released a new deck pack with 2 new decks.
Yeah.
Very recently, too.
I didn't buy that yet, just for the sheer fact that I haven't played it, so...
Yeah, I don't play any of those decks, so...
Just make sure to download the free version so that you don't get screwed.
In case you ever want to do multiplayer with someone who already has those, right. Yeah. No, I make sure I get the free stuff. So that's pretty much it for Magic 2014. I don't know if they were going to do another expansion. Probably not.
I'd say not. There might be a couple more deck packs at some point, but...
Probably, maybe 1 or 2 more, yeah. But, unfortunately, unlike the very first game, they don't do more than 1 expansion, seemingly, per year.
Yeah.
Which is kind of unfortunate.
Yep.
So I enjoyed it. Let's see, the other XBLA game that I was playing was a little bit more Minecraft.
Yep.
Because you can't go 1 week without some Minecraft. Or 1 episode, technically. Just went cave diving in this one random cave I stumbled across. Might have been a bad idea, because I wasn't really prepared for it, so I ran out of pickaxes before I could find any diamonds. Mm-hmm. But man, was there some serious lava in that cave that I came across. Whew, man. I rode this waterfall down like 30 or 40 block levels, and then bottomed out into the actual cave. So that was some fun with that. Not much else to talk about there, though. Finally found the jungle biome in that new world I created, though.
Okay.
I was getting worried that there wasn't any jungles, though, because I had gone through so much area, and it was like, well, forest, desert, plains, forest, desert, plains, forest, desert, plains, snow, snow. Oh, hey, there's the jungle. Finally. So, finally found some ocelots in the jungle. Didn't have any cooked fish, though, so couldn't do anything. And then the last XBLA game was a indie game that I played the demo for, and that was a game called Saturn 9, a independent horror game. And the demo is really, 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 really short. Like less than the 8 minutes they allot for every indie game short.
Yep. Sounds about right.
It's one room for a horror game.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me.
It wouldn't let me get past the first room that you enter. So you get the story set up, you get a bunch of logs on the computer that you can, or 3 logs on the computer that you can listen to, and I listened to all of them, and I'm getting into it. I'm like, okay, this is pretty foreboding. I then figured out I need to unlock the SOS lock on the computer, so it was like, oh, there's a password I gotta go find. I literally go down one corridor, turn the corner, and hey, look at this post-it note. That's the password. Go back, enter the password, go to open the door to enter the next room, and it's like, hey, buy the game. But I didn't even play 8 minutes yet. What are you talking about? I don't know how long the game is. Maybe if I'd gotten a little bit further before they decided, hey, buy the game, maybe I would have cared. But when you give me like less than 5 minutes worth of gameplay, it does not tell me whether I want to play this game. So I even for $1, I can't determine whether I want the game. So sorry, but bye. It did make me jump once, but that was because of sound cue. So, wow. Yeah, I don't know. It was disappointing. Alright, and then the last new game for 360 that I played was some Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Oh my god, I love this game so much! It's so good! Oh, the insanity that you can do in that game is so good. I just sliced things up so much. And it is so fun.
Yeah, I know 2 best friends love that game, and I've been meaning to get it. I've been waiting for it to drop in price. But I may have to get that at some point here.
I don't think it's that expensive anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I've been waiting for it to get under $30, so
I think it has been under that a few times.
I mean, I've got so many games. I mean, I don't.
I know, but this is a really good game.
Yeah.
Apparently, the cutscene thing is a Metal Gear problem, so maybe that explains why there's so much talky. But yeah, once you get in and you can start slicing up cyborgs, oh, it's so fun. It's so much fun. It reminds me so much of Afro Samurai.
Yeah.
And how much fun it was to just slice in different directions and actually have that affect something. It's so fun. I really want there to be a sequel to this game. So far, I'm only on the 3rd level of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm in the sewers, so that would give people an indication of where I am.
Yeah.
I've already done every single one of the VR missions that I've unlocked, and I've unlocked like all but one of them so far.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I must have missed like one in some corner.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've just been listening to codecs of people talking. There's a lot of weird philosophy that I actually enjoy. Raiden is surprisingly a decent character in this game, as opposed to previous Metal Gear games.
Yeah, I mean, I think that ship turned with 4.
Yeah, with his cyborg ninja stuff.
Yeah, which you've never gotten a chance to play, but
yeah, this game takes place after 4.
Yeah.
So I kind of know how that ends.
Yeah.
But even so, maybe if I ever get around to getting a PlayStation 4, yeah, maybe I'll pick that game up.
The Metal Gear collection on it's pretty nice. I mean, there is that $50 Metal Gear collection, which is literally everything but Revengeance.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. If they ever port certain games over to PlayStation 4, maybe I'll just go to 4.
Well, we got 2 of them. we got 2 confirmed so far.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. But yeah, it's just so much fun. I have some trouble personally with getting the counter to go off all the time. The counterattack, which leaves the enemies completely open.
Yeah.
But even so, I really, really enjoy the game so far. This is weird. The very, that's technically the second level, which is the first full level with your new cyborg body. The very first enemy you face off against, that wolf enemy from the demo, he is harder than the actual boss you faced at the end of that level. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. It's just, it has some balance issues in that respect, but maybe it was because I couldn't quite unlock certain moves yet. I don't know. Or maybe it was just because I didn't understand how to fight against him. Because apparently I wasn't incorporating the slide attack move enough, which apparently does trip him up a little bit. So maybe that was the problem, I don't know. But yeah, a lot of fun with it. I'm so happy I started playing this game. It makes me smile, unlike Ghosts, which makes me angry. And have lots of frowny face moments. And I'm actually really good at Ghosts. That's the problem. That's the thing that makes me angry. I'm really good. My kill-death ratio is just skyrocketing. It makes no sense. Anyway. So yeah, that'll do it for the 360, and then we'll move on to the handheld, where I played some more Picross E3 for my 3DS. Yeah, those Mega Picross puzzles are really just, I don't like them. So I think I'm done with Mega Picross. And as soon as I finish the last extra puzzle, I think I'm kind of done with that game entirely.
Okay.
Which, like I said, is unfortunate because I've finished all 150 puzzles on every one of the previous E games. So this will be the first one I don't finish entirely. So, yeah, it's their own fault for including that mode that I don't like. Alright, so then I went and played some more Fire Emblem Awakening to the tune of the fact that I finished the game. Yeah, that ending, really. Man, that ending. It's so good. I did not expect that at all.
Yeah, I need to get going on that. Now, okay.
Really, it hit me in my feels.
Okay, now let me ask you something. After you beat it, can you go back to a previous spot before the last battle or whatever and do some of the other missions to unlock the characters, or like do you get to a certain point and then you're done? Like, do you need to have multiple save files?
I mean, you can have multiple save files.
Well, right. But like after you beat the game, does it put you like right before maybe the last chapter or something and allows you to get, some of the extra characters you may not have gotten yet?
I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Okay.
I don't really know, though, for sure, because I don't think I actually loaded it up after I finished it.
Okay, well, if you could let me know and then report back.
Alright, yeah, I'll double check that. What the heck is that buzzing?
My computer has started doing... I don't know.
That's not good.
Oh, oops. a piece of paper got next to the exhaust fan.
Oh, jeez. You started scaring me.
Yeah.
I was like, is it dying again?
No. Piece of paper got up. Sorry about that.
Okay, that's fine. So, yeah, that game is really, really good. If you like turn-based combat, that game is the game you need to be playing. It's so good. I think my final total time was like somewhere around 80 hours. Which, yeah, that's nuts. Now, granted, a lot of that was the paralogs and the fact that I loaded it up for like 2 or 3 minutes at a time just to see what happens in the barracks every day.
Right.
But, yeah, still, that game was worth playing. So damn good.
Yep.
It's in the running for Game of the Year categories.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt.
It's that good. It's that good. And then as soon as I finished up that, after I enjoyed every minute of that, I started playing Pokemon Y for my 3DS. Now, here's something a little funny. I go to name my character at the very beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I decide, okay, I'm going to play the male character.
Right.
I go to name him, I tried to name him Spike.
Yeah.
The game goes, no, you can't do that. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, game? That's a word. That's a name. I want my guy to be named after Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop. What are you doing, game? And the game refuses to accept that name. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So I go, well, screw you, game. I'm going to play the female character then. So now I have a trainer called Rachel.
Mm.
So, just because it pissed me off, I was like, what the hell? I don't know why. I don't know. That's weird. It's so weird. I don't know what it's... it makes no sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm enjoying my time with Pokemon, so I just got to the point where I picked up the Poke Flute, which is well after the first gym.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably way past you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I think you said you didn't do the first gym battle yet?
No, I've not even gotten anywhere close to that. Yeah. I think I got to the first Pokemon Center.
Well, yeah, in that town is a Pokemon gym.
Okay, well, I got to the Pokemon Center. I got my fire Pokemon for the Wi-Fi, whatever, and then I turned it off. I haven't started it up since. Oh yeah, there's exclusive Pokemon sheets for Walmart and for Walmart copies of X and Y.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sheets?
Well, like, I think there's a code in them or something, and you put the code in on the Pokemon, whatever. That's stickered on the cases, and they have a sign for it at Walmart. It's like, get these Pokemon exclusive at Walmart. There's one in X and there's one in Y.
Do you know what they are?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll find that out later. But yeah, I got my second starter already, which I decided to choose Squirrel. I decided to go with Chespin for my first starter. So I went grass fighting type.
I got the frog starting out.
Yeah, so you're gonna wind up with a water dark type once he does his final evolution.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already got my Chespin leveled up and evolved to his second stage, and I've already hit level 21. I want to say with him. So yeah, I'm pretty far in at this point. So yeah, I'm just grabbed that Poke Flute, and now I gotta go wake up a Snorlax. So then I can move on to the next town.
Yep.
And continue investigating this mega evolution thing they want me to investigate. Which I already know what it means, but game wants me to investigate, so I'm
Right.
just gonna keep going. So
Yeah. That's for people
so
like
yeah.
me. They're like, "Duh, what's the Mega Evolution?" That's
Well, I mean, if you've seen any of the advertising for it, you kind of know what it does.
yeah.
I don't know how it functions per se just yet because they haven't actually told me.
Right.
But at some point during a battle, you mega evolve, and now you're a brand new type on top of your old types as well.
Yeah.
At least for one battle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've just been. I got lost in Pokemon and Me. I didn't think I would. It's that Pokemon petting simulator.
oh
I
yeah.
I lost myself in that for a while. It's so fun to pet some of the Pokemon. It's like having a pet again. I mean, in real life. I mean, it's addictive, and I really need to stop doing that. Just because I'm never going to get anywhere if I keep doing it. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about Pokemon at the moment. I think I already know who the villain is, just from inference of this. Oh, you know what? This one guy that you meet, his head is so overly gigantic based on what his body size is. It's so weird. You'll know who I'm talking about because his beard is crazy. His beard and hairstyle are just nuts.
Okay.
And it seriously, his head seems like it's way too big for the body.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Okay.
I'm curious to see if you have the same opinion, just when you see him. So yeah, that's kind of all I got to say about Pokemon, and kind of all I've got to say about all my games that I've been playing. So how about we get over to some news for the first time in a while?
Yeah.
And now, the latest game news from around the world.
All right.
Alright, so hit me up with some news because I couldn't open up any of these files before the show.
Yep. So VGX, the new web-only version of the Spike Video Game Awards, happened this weekend.
Yeah, I heard some of the hosts were
Well, one of the hosts.
not so well.
Right. Yeah.
And whatever that music segment thingy it was, oh, that was so bad.
Yeah.
10 minutes of nothing but hey, potatoes. What?
All right. So the big things from it were two new Telltale games were announced for 2014. First, the one that had long been rumored, Game of Thrones, based off the HBO show.
Yeah.
So that is coming out next year, as well as with partnership with Gearbox, Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah. That was a kind of a coming out of nowhere thing.
Yeah.
Huh.
So Telltale is
Although
going to have 4 different games going at the same time.
Although I had heard a rumor about something. I didn't know what it was, but I heard a rumor that there was something they were doing with Gearbox. So I wasn't sure what was going on with that.
Nintendo made a big deal that Reggie was coming to the show. They did a segment with him, and
yeah.
And the big reveal was that Cranky Kong was the 4th playable character for Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, coming out February.
Stop the presses. This is a news story.
Yeah. So Titanfall showed off what I guess should have been obvious, but we just didn't realize that, hey, guys, there's like multiple types of Titans.
I probably should have realized when one of them had a giant grenade launcher gun and the other ones had smaller guns on them.
Yeah, so
I should have suspected something.
So we saw the Titans, but there are other classes of mechs called the Ogre and the Strider. The Ogres are slow, but powerful, and the Striders are your scouts, they're your fast ones.
Yeah, so I guess the Titan is the mid-range.
Yeah, Titan is the mid-range.
but it just sounds so awesome to say Titanfall.
Yeah. Hello Games, the people that did the Joe Danger series, they showed off their new game called No Man's Sky, a procedurally generated exploration focused sci-fi game coming out sometime in 2014.
And by sci-fi, we mean spaceships.
Yeah.
And it looks crazy good. But whether that's just going to wind up being a tech demo, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Elijah Wood is part of the voice cast for the Double Fine first Facebook game Kickstarter. The first of their the most famous of their Kickstarter games, Broken Age. Elijah Wood is
it was their first,
is the voice cast, and the game debuts in January via Steam Early Access. So if you kickstarted that, you'll be playing that in January.
Yeah.
One was at Spike VGs, and one we've learned later today. I kind of mentioned earlier. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, which is the core game plus its multiplayer DLC, and also Rayman Legends are both coming out early next year for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Tomb Raider comes out on January 28th. And let me see here. Where is it at? Rayman Legends is February 25th. So about a month later.
Well, I mean, they're cashing in on the new people who got their consoles, so.
Yeah. We got some other release dates. Oh, yeah, it broke before the show, but Destiny is a September game. 9/9/14, September 9th.
Okay. Not sure why they decided to go with that date specifically.
Well, I mean, they'll have their beta in the spring sometime.
Right. But just weird that they're choosing that day specifically. I don't know what significance that means.
Yeah, I mean, they just didn't have it ready in time for 7/7, so I guess, I don't know.
I guess. I don't know.
All right. Walking Dead Season 2 starts next week on Xbox, and I assume within a couple of days the same time for PC and PS3. I
would have to, yeah.
As revealed previously, you'll be controlling Clementine in Season 2.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where this goes.
All right. Some other things. Oh, yeah. Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes comes out in mid-March. It's a $30 disc on 360 and PS3 and a $20 download. Or for Xbox One and PS4, it's a $30 download and a $40 disc.
Huh. Okay.
Elder Scrolls Online comes out for PC on April 4th. And Mac,
console versions. I think
the Mac, it's Mac as well on April 4th, and then the console versions are in June.
Yeah, it's weird that they were lagging that far behind.
And then let's see here. So some bad. GTA Online this week is getting some race and deathmatch creation tools, but the big thing, there's also a capture mode, which is basically capture the flag. But the big thing is they announced co-op heists are coming to GTA Online next year, and there will also be story mode DLC in 2014 as well, with Michael Franklin and Trevor in southern San Andreas.
Okay.
And some bad news today. Terminal Reality, the longtime studio that most recently done games like Kinect Star Wars, the Ghostbusters game, and the bad Walking Dead game based off the TV show. Survival Instinct. That studio out in Austin, Texas is shutting down.
Well, considering most of those games, it's kind of not really surprising.
Yeah. CCP's main office in Atlanta laid off a bunch of people that were working on the World of Darkness MMO.
Okay.
And the biggest story still going on right now as we speak, this YouTube thing, copyright and claim chaos taking place across multiple people that have Let's Plays and other game videos on YouTube. Right after YouTube had spent a lot of time talking up how much game content is on YouTube, now there's all kinds of the new content ID system. A lot of people, most of them not the game publishers themselves, are flagging tons of videos. And for the most part, almost all the video game publishers outside of Nintendo are telling people to file claims or file appeals and that they would have their back. But the problem is how long will those claims, how long will they take to be overturned, and how long will it be before those people start earning their money back again? And I mean, this is still ongoing as we record this. Adam Sessler just did his Wednesday show on YouTube on Revision 3 addressed the CES. He had a bunch of YouTube personalities on there tonight. So that episode is live right now on Revision 3 Games if you want to see that. But I mean, this is all still ongoing as we talk about this. And like I said, pretty much almost all the publishers other than Nintendo that have had these claims go out are saying that, we're not the ones doing it. So, file an appeal and we've got your back, and, we want to know who flagged it because it wasn't us.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why these random companies and people decide that, we're going to file copyright claims against this. And it's not even their content. That's
right.
The thing.
So on the, for the only actual ones that we know of by name, Deep Silver called out a Channel 4 gamer movie had been going through all of their content, and also somebody posing as THQ had been going through content as well. On the Ubisoft side of things, it is people doing it for the music in the game. Ubisoft is saying if you've been hit with claims, they're saying leave the video live for now, send the URL and let us know who flagged it, and they're saying that they'll hopefully get it cleared up same day. So, other than Nintendo, everybody is saying, we're not doing this and we don't want to do this. I mean, there's some stuff. I mean, there's even video game websites like Game Informer has had some of their videos, like reviews, flagged. This analog reviews site had their review of Tomb Raider flagged, supposedly by somebody posing as saying that they were Tomb Raider. Not Square Enix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting really weird. I think Google might need to change a few things in YouTube's auto takedown policy.
Yeah, somebody had his video Beyond Two Souls flagged by Hearst, supposedly by Hearst Magazine UK and BAFTA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, it doesn't make sense how companies that have absolutely nothing to do with the content can file a claim.
Yeah.
I can understand if you had anything to do with the music or actually worked at that company, then that made sense. But yeah, to just blatantly just do something that you had absolutely nothing to do with and put a copyright claim against it. Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't make any sense.
So I mean that's going to be continuing as we go forward here. So that's pretty much all the news I had. I thought that was worth. I mean, the YouTube thing's really big, but it's just kind of ongoing right now, and we're just at the we're not even to the full crest of it yet. I don't think it's just now.
Yeah.
I mean, at first it was thought that when this first broke a day or two ago, it was thought that it was just Nintendo and Capcom going nuts because that was all the claims at first. But now it's gone to Deep Silver Games and Ubisoft Games, and
yeah.
We find out that it's not the game companies themselves doing it, it's all these random things. And because basically the way the monetization works, from what I've read here, as soon as somebody files the copyright claim, the monetization to the original video author immediately stops, and that monetization immediately goes to whoever filed the copyright claim.
Okay, now I know the impetus to do that. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, now it makes sense. Some people are being some greedy assholes.
Yep.
Oh, I want that money instead of the actual people who deserved it. Okay, then. Well, be prepared for the company who actually created the content to start suing some people.
Yep.
Because that might be worth it.
Yep.
Put some of these assholes out of business. Trying to take people's livelihoods.
Yeah, it really sucks. I mean, it's affected.
Sick.
It's affected all 4 people I watch on YouTube.
I don't know if it's affected anyone that I watch, but I can't imagine it hasn't.
Right.
There had to be at least a few people.
Yeah. And what's funny is someone like Maximilian, it's being flagged on videos that he did contracted by Capcom to do. There were 2 sets of his. There were 2 sets of episodes of Assist Me. There was one for the release of Ultimate Marvel, and then there was one for the Marvel vs. Capcom Origins. The episodes tied around those, which were, I think he did 6 or 7 episodes before Ultimate, and then he did like 3 or 4 tied to Marvel vs. Capcom Origins. Yeah. All those were paid for by Capcom. He was paid by Capcom to do them.
Okay.
So so I mean, it's just people.
Weird.
I think what it is that somebody saw, because there was some Russian pop star that has flagged a ton of Persona related videos, the Persona game series, and then stolen those video files and then reloaded them under their own channel to take the advertising money.
Okay.
This happened several months ago. So I think that's what this is. I think this is just a scheme for overseas companies, or overseas people. This is the new hacking thing. That we're gonna file a copyright claim, get the video taken down, and then re-upload it saying we're the copyright holder and get all the ad money.
Yeah, well, YouTube needs to crack down on that, obviously.
Yeah.
Stop letting that happen. Alright, well, that's kind of all we know about that at the moment.
Yep.
And I think I'm going to call that a show.
Okay.
Because we've been going for a while.
Yep.
And I think we're kind of pretty much out of stuff to say anyway at this point. So
yeah,
it's a good spot to end.
Yeah, it's a good spot. So.
Alright, so don't forget to subscribe to the show through iTunes, or does it still work through Zune? I don't know anymore.
It'll still update. Yeah, I mean, Zune's, just pretend. Yeah, iTunes and what's the app?
And through well, you don't subscribe to it, but you can play the show through the Stitcher Radio iPhone or Android application.
Yeah, Stitcher Radio, and then iTunes. And then I guess
iTunes, or just put the RSS feed in whatever your RSS feed reader would be.
Yep. YouTube a little later on after that.
Yeah, or you could get it from YouTube.
Yep.
Because unlike some people, I don't try to monetize our podcast. The podcast will always be free. No ads, no nothing. Though once I start doing Let's Plays, those will have to have some ads.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any money. Of course, if you wanted to donate some money to the show and keep the show running, you could always do that. I'll have links on the Facebook page. Which also is another place you can find us on Facebook.com, of course.
/ Checkmate Arcade, all one word. Or at Checkmate Arcade on Twitter. If you send a tweet to it, I'll see it because the app, the iTunes, the iPhone app lets me run both accounts simultaneously. I can swap in and out, and I'm notified if somebody sends a tweet to Checkmate Arcade. My personal account is at MSU Hitman.
And you can hit me up on Twitter at DarkBossman, which I don't use a ton, but, use it enough. Alright, so I think that's going to do it for this week, where I have been casting my Revengeance upon my enemies and dicing them into nice little tiny fine pieces, and then maybe sprinkling them on the nice julienne fries. My name is Stephen Boss, the Dark Boss Man.
And Kenway, you don't know what you're doing. You need to make the men look at you in fear and pray to God that I will show mercy to them. I'm MSU Hitman Jason Billingsley.
Oh, yar and shiver me timbers here.
You'll know that scene when you get to it.
Okay. Well, that's probably going to be a while because I have still bought the game yet. So. Yeah. But that's, I think that's going to do it. So we will see you on live PSN and maybe even on the net.
Peace out, everybody.